Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation for today, Saturday, September the 18th, 2021, is from Gaudi Guareri Mahalla Tija. Tun Akath Kio Kathiya Jaey, gur sabad maran man maay samahe, तेरे गुण अनेक कीमत नह पाए, जिसकी बाणी तिस माय समाणी, तेरी अकथ कथा गुर शब्दे वखाणी रहाओ, जह सतगुर तह सत संगत बनाई, जह सतगुर सहजे हर गुण गाई, जह सतगुरु ता हਉ मैं शब्द जलाई, गुरमुख सेवा महली थां पाए, गुरमुख अंतर हर नाम वसाए, गुरमुख भगत हर नाम समाए, आपे दात करे दातार, पूरे सतगुरु स्यों लग्गै प्यार, नानक नाम रते तिनको जयकार. So the central reflection here is जिसकी बाणी तिस माहे समाणी, तेरी अकथ katha gur sabde vakhani. So the key word here is bani. Jiski bani tis mahe samani. Essentially means whose sound or resonance created the world, that resides within the sound. So let's try and parse this a little. Bani means speech, but it also connotes sound, because speech is sound. And so Bani here connotes sound in its primal form, and it is this primal form that constructs, creates. So this Bani, jiski Bani, that sound or whose resonance creates the world, that resides within that primal sound. So this is an attempt to explain the equivalence between creation and creator. The universe sprang from a primal sound, jiski Bani, a vibration that Gurbani calls sabad. And sabad, the sound, and the creator are one. In other words, the knowledge of the creator is within its expression, which is sabad. Teri akath katha gur sabde vakhani. Teri akath katha, your indescribable narrative. Katha. What Guruji is trying to say here is that you are indescribable, ineffable. But teri akath katha gur sabde vakhani. This indescribable, ineffable presence can be experienced through the sabad. So the sabad becomes eventually the medium through which we can harmonize with the Creator. That's the central message here. Jiski Bani, this mahe samani, that Creator resides within its Bani, its speech. And what is its speech? It is sound. And so we have to resonate with that sound. Now, let's go back to the first verse, which basically creates the framework. Tun Akath Kio Kathiya Jaey. Tun Akath, you, a reference to the Creator, are ineffable. How can anyone describe you? Kio Kathiya Jaey. How does that happen? We cannot do that. Guru sabad maran man mahe samay. The answer is, use Gur Sabad as the softening agent Maran. Maran is a softening agent. It's a technical term that really refers to mercury, because mercury in the system of medicine on the Indian subcontinent is used in small doses with medicine so that the body can absorb it. Likewise, Gur Sabad is the softening agent, is the Maran. What does that do? It dissolves the ego. Gur Sabad Maran Man Mahe Samai. So the instruction is, consume the Gur Sabad as the softening agent. In other words, take it to heart. Take it within. Tere gun anek कीमत nah pahi. Again, an extension of the first line. Tun Akath, you're ineffable. You cannot be captured in words, and you cannot be measured. You're inestimable. Teri कीमत, your value, your price, your measure is beyond reckoning. And therefore, it comes to the Rahau to tell us that in order to really understand or sense or harmonize with this, Sabad is the key. We have to attune ourselves to the Sabad. So it becomes exceedingly important for us to understand what exactly is this Sabad. And as we go through Gurbani, we'll realize that Sabad is a continuum. It starts with the primal sound, which is resonating in the universe at frequencies that we don't quite grasp or catch or don't resonate to. And at the other end of the spectrum, it resonates as language, as speech, knowledge, that our brains and minds can grasp. So think of it as a continuum. Think of it as a ladder that you have to climb. You begin with Gurbani, which is this Shabad expressed in text. And that will gradually lead you to Sabad as Guru and Sabad as the primal sound, as the creator. That is really the two ends of the string. And that is what Guruji is talking about here. So sticking to Gurbani, Gurbani is also referred to as Satgur. And an individual who is an expression of that Bani is also called Satgur. It is also the principle of knowledge. So you get the picture. We have to begin with the Satgur, an expression that we can understand. And so what does the Satgur do, the enlightener? This is practice for us. Jeh Satgur ta Sat Sangati Banai. Jeh Satgur sehje har gun gai. Jeh Satgur ta haume sabad jalai. Three things have been outlined here. The ultimate thing that happens when we serve or go to or find the Satgur or engage with the Satgur, three things happen. Satsangati Banai, congregation. So this process is not in isolation. It is not a solo effort. It is done within Sangat. This movement happens in Sangat, in a network. So first, a network of seekers, of devotees, people committed to this path. Second, Har Gun Gai. Har Gun Gai, literally singing of praises, Kirtan. Because Kirtan as a medium, music as a medium, is transcending. It is one of the easiest ways to transcend the Haume. Jai Satguru ta Haume Sabad Jalai. So when we recite Gurbani in musical form, that is perhaps the most effective way to transcend the self. And it seems to me that the listeners have experienced this. Music carries us beyond ourselves very easily. So these three things are essential to practice: to find fellow seekers, to sing the praise, which is kirtan, bhajan, because when you do that, you begin to understand what the message is well. You have to sing it with an understanding of the message. And then what happens? Gurmukhi seva mehli pai, mehli thau pai. Gurmukhi antar har naam avasai. Gurmukh bhagat har naam samai. So what happens then is you become guru facing. Gurmukh is that process, becoming guru facing, imbibing from the guru. Gurmukh is also used for the individual who is guru facing. So what happens? Antar har naam vasai. You begin to cultivate self-knowledge, antar, within, because that is where self-knowledge resides. Gurmukha Seva, when you sacrifice the ego and turn to the Gurmukh, to the Guru. Mehli thau pai. Mehli is a mansion, but refers to the core of our existence, our heart, so to speak. Thau pai, there is where self-knowledge resides. So this is a movement inwards, in congregation, with bhajan, with kirtan. And then, Gurmukh bhagat har naam samai. Devotion, loving devotion. These are the emotions and feelings that arise. And then Harinam Samai, self-realization. Samai comes from the word samanta, equivalence. Then there is equivalence between the individual and the self. There is no longer any difference. And in conclusion, Guruji says, Nanak naam rate tin ko jaykar. My salutations. I salute those who are soaked in self-knowledge. But he cautions us, Ape daat kare daatar, pure satgur se lage pyar. This is a gift that the giver, the creator, actually bestows upon us when one becomes devoted and in love with the perfect Satgur. So that's the key. That's the starting point. With those thoughts, until the next time, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.